Hello, boys and girls. I wanted to go over the open response with you before you make your corrections. I first want to go over a few errors that I saw a lot of people make. So let's first go over how to play the game. So when you have three numbers, you are going to put those numbers in the three spaces. You have a space here, a space here, and a space here. Okay, you're putting the whole numbers there. And you're not creating a fraction within a fraction, which is what I saw a few people do. Okay, so if you have 3 plus 4 as the numerator and 5 as the denominator, then that's going to turn into 3 plus 4 is 7. So 7 is the numerator and 5 is the denominator. So your fraction is 7/5. Okay, so that's how you play the game. You can't have a fraction within a fraction. Okay. Another mistake that I saw a lot of people make is they use the wrong vocabulary. I saw the words dividend, divisor, and quotient a lot all over your papers. And I think I understand where you're coming from with that, but you didn't connect your ideas. So if you have a fraction 7/5, then I understand that this is probably what you were thinking. But what you have to understand is that the division problem is 7 divided by 5. So when you say the word dividend, you're referring to this 7 in the division problem. When you say divisor, you're referring to this 5 in the division problem. Your quotient is then 7/5. So if you're going to use the words dividend, divisor, and quotient, you need to connect the idea that the dividend is also the numerator. And the divisor is also the denominator. But you need to write that down, okay? When you say dividend, that does not mean the 7. The 7 is the numerator, okay? And when you say divisor, that does not mean the 5 because the 5 is the denominator in the fraction. Dividend, divisor, and quotient are all division vocabulary. We are using fraction vocabulary. So here again, we have the numerator and the denominator. The next thing that we're going to talk about is your explanation. A lot of you did not even have an explanation, okay, so that's a correction that you're going to have to make. And then others, you had an explanation, but you didn't go far enough, okay? You didn't explain why. So for example, if your rule is if you put the two largest numbers in the numerator and the smallest number in the denominator, you will get the largest fraction. Okay, that's great. Why? You have to put in your explanation. Why does that work? Okay, and don't tell me that because when you add the two numbers, you get the largest numerator, and you put the smallest number, and that's the denominator. That's not an explanation. You need to tell me why does it work to have a large numerator and a small denominator and get the largest fraction every time? Why does that work every time? Okay, so those are some of the corrections that you need to make. So if you look on your paper right now, you will see that I graded you in the Miss Freeman column, okay? And then there's a spot for you to grade yourself. So you're going to look at what I graded you. If you got an X in anything, look at the comments that I made. Use a different color pencil. Remember, we're not erasing anything. We're using a different color pencil to make corrections on your sheet, okay, with your partner. And then you're going to grade yourself again. If you're grading yourself and you don't give yourself check marks, then that means that you haven't made all the corrections, okay? Once you've done that, you can put the corrections and this rubric in the bin, and I will look over it, all right? Have a great math class, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.